That's a very handsome-looking young man there, walking towards the camera. That is, of course, a younger version of Hugh Andre, who's about to join us now, along with Ed McFarlane, who's head of healthcare and well-being at We Served. Hugh, a very good morning to you, and very handsome-looking young bloke. I mean, there was AI involved there, but you're looking very, very, very spiffing, I have to say.
You're a bit of getting used to, Mike.
Brilliant. It's a big day for you today. You've got some announcements to make for us. We Served is an organisation that you know, as I do, has been around for about a year now. Fantastic organisation that helps men and women from the military sort of re-assimilate themselves into civvy street, I suppose, for want of a better word. Getting themselves, set up with a new job, maybe with a new profession. But you're talking today about healthcare. You're talking today about the things that you're also doing for the military. Tell us about it.
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. Today's a big day for us because, as you know, a couple of years ago we surveyed 213,000 veterans and asked them what they wanted. You heard the strapline: when veterans support veterans, everything changes.
Yeah.
And that's what we're about. They told us that they needed employment, first and foremost, of course, which makes sense. Secondly, they wanted a secure community. They wanted a social media platform where they could reconnect, get in one another, have a bit of old military banter, etc., without, dare I say it, offending anyone. And next week that launches. So think Instagram meets Facebook, but for veterans. Today, however, is the big one. Today we release our healthcare and well-being platform. I was hoping that Ed McFarlane might be able to join us because here he is. I didn't want to
as if by
his thunder. And Ed's done all the work, not me. So why don't I let Ed pick up here? Because as I said, it's the power of our team, Mike, makes it work.
Absolutely. Ed, very good morning to you. Welcome and thank you for joining us. You explained to us the last time you were on that you had a history of working inside the NHS, structuring various different kinds of healthcare. So tell us what you're doing right now for We Served.
Thank you, Mike, and good morning. And thank you for having us back on the show. So we are launching today the go live of the healthcare and wellbeing platform. We've split it into three distinct areas. So mental health, physical health, and preventative health, in order to make it easy to access. And over the coming weeks and months, we'll be adding more partners and to the sites in order to grow the service provision in each of those areas.
And that's going to be a huge help to so many people, isn't it? Because many of the veterans who come out of the military do have specific needs that need addressing when it comes to healthcare, perhaps because of an injury that they might have sustained or because of something that they might have seen or experienced.
Absolutely. And as Hugh has said many times, we can't boil the ocean in one go, but we're starting on the program, and we will build over time the platform, mapping all of the pathways that require support for veterans and their families over the coming weeks and months. And today we're launching three services within the platform. So within the mental health part of the platform, we're launching Wobble, which is a therapy support team of amazing therapists, over 100 qualified therapists in the UK, who can match the person's requirements to whatever their challenge is. And the great thing is it's a non-subscription service, so people can use it once or as many times as they want. And then secondly, we're launching the 24/7 GP access through the preventative health. But this not only gives you 24/7 access for you and 5 members of your family, it also gives you mental health and mental well-being support, an eye screening program, weekly well-being webinars, life coaching, and thousands of discounts into many different areas. And then thirdly, within our physical health, I'm delighted to be able to announce that the NHS Op Restore programme are partnering with us. And you can now access Op Restore for physical health support through the NHS directly through our website once you've signed up as a veteran into the website.
Fantastic. Now, I don't know whether you know, but I've got to ask you about this because it's not related to We Served at all, but your wallpaper appears to be covered with herons. The heron is our kind of mascot here at the Mike Graeme Show because, you know, I did a bit of research into herons and discovered that when there was one sitting outside my flat in London, it was a sign of new beginnings. It was a sign of, you know, absolutely brilliant sort of, all good things, really. So how come you've got herons all over your wall? That's our heron, by the way. That's our mascot.
I'm delighted by serendipity that we have herons together, and it is all about new beginnings. And my wife and I have always enjoyed watching herons fly and out on the mudflats. And here on Hailing Island, where we live, there are many herons out on the mudflats. I find them wonderful creatures, and I'm delighted, Mike, that we're all linked through the new beginnings.
Indeed, we are all on the same page. Hugh, let me ask you, how easy is it for people who are coming out of the military, if they haven't yet signed up to We Served, how easy is it for them to access all of this brilliant medical help that you're offering them?
Very easy, Mike. And may I just add as well, for the families of those serving, they can also access all of these products and services. Will you believe it, Mike, that our armed forces today, that their families don't get health well-being support? When Ed and I served, it was of course included, but unfortunately, you know, due to funding or lack of, they go without. So this is not just available to veterans and their families, but also to the families of those serving. And of course, what it will also do is it will hopefully alleviate some of the stress and pressure on the NHS. I'm a big believer in collaborating public-private sector. As you know, we've taken no government funding. We've had no charitable donations. The whole We Served is driven purely by the sort of home team and veterans and private investors who believe in what we're doing. But this will make it far simpler, more efficient, and most importantly, it means that veterans can get the healthcare, the well-being support they need without having to waiting weeks, if not months.
That's brilliant. And I know that you guys are here to talk about healthcare and looking after each other and generally being good, but I can't let you go without asking you about the story of the week this week about Keir Starmer and the time that he spent in the early part of this century, 2008, working with a now disgraced individual trying to prosecute Iraq war veterans for war crimes, which didn't happen.
Yeah, if I can pick up on that, because it was actually Rachel Webster who was featured in the Telegraph and has been in the media this week. Yeah. I've spent a lot of time with Rachel over the last week or so because she's been hugely upset, and it really has opened old wounds for her. To get a knock on the door at 6 a.m. and have, half a dozen burly men charge through your door without an arrest warrant, bundle you in the back of a van without telling you where you're going.
Right.
4 hours, no loo break, no water, and then suddenly to appear in Portsmouth Naval Yards 4 hours later. She was held in a cell for 14 hours so she could be asked.
If you're new to the motorhome community, you might not know about Britstops yet.
Britstops is a network of over 1,200 stopovers.
What she knew about someone else years ago. She wasn't even the focus of that investigation. I just find it highly duplicitous that we can have, a prime minister stand up singing the praises of the armed forces, etc., and then in the next minute, we're overturning the Northern Ireland Legacy Act, hounding innocent men and women, often years after they've left military service. I mean, I think it's enough said.
Indeed, and also particularly knowing what we know now about Keir Starmer doing it for free, suggesting that he wasn't only an enthusiast about it, but that he was a more than willing participant in kind of punishing, if you like, people who had simply been asked to serve their country, simply been asked to serve their government, and been asked to do the things that their superiors told them to do.
Yeah, and let's be very clear, Mike. No one is above the law, and that includes, service men and women.
Yeah.
And if they break the law, they should absolutely be held to account.
Yeah.
But the whole affair with Shiner, with my old colleague Brian Wood and the PWR, the act of lawfare should be made illegal within the Armed Forces Bill. We cannot have ambulance chasing lawyers going after men and women who, frankly, they're not fit to lace their boots.
No, exactly right. Ed, let's finish up with you. In terms of the available kind of assets, I suppose you might call them, from the healthcare sector to veterans, it's a national scenario, right? I mean, it happened, you can, doesn't matter where you are in the UK, you can access all of these services.
Absolutely, Mike, and thank you. So to all those veterans who haven't yet signed up, it's very simple. Go to weserve.com, sign up, we'll verify you, add 5 members of your family, and you can access every service on the site. And Mike, if I may, healthcare providers, both in the private, public and charitable sectors, if you would like to be part of the movement, please get in touch with us at info@weserve.com. info@weserve.com, and we'll be delighted to talk to you. Thank you so much.
Not at all. Brilliant. And we've got some lovely messages coming in from all sorts of people all around the country saying very, very great news about what they're doing. 2 very great guests, Mike. This is lovely. Absolutely right. And of course, many people saying, very well said, what we need is to collect all the veterans around us and look after them as best we can, because they deserve it. They've earned it, apart from anything else. I'm going to finish up with our heron of the day. Which is what we do. And people send in, I'm not joking, people send in pictures of herons
Brilliant.
every single day. Have a look at what we've got today. Check it out.
3 things the tea industry doesn't want you to know about tea bags. Number 1, tea bags can't fit.
Brilliant.
Have we got? Have we not got any? Where are the? We need to actually see the herons. Pooch is slipping up here. Hang on, there we are. So we got one there. Morning beauty. Spot the heron on the River Exe yesterday. That's from Rishi. Zoom in. There's one in the middle there. Says Manda. There's a whole kind of community of people. One there from the Grand Union Canal, and another one there, I think, from I'm not sure where that is. From another canal, but anyway, they're all over the place, and so this is our sort of heron community. So Ed, I know you'll enjoy that. Hugh, you'll enjoy it as well.
Yeah.
We'd love to see you guys in the studio when you're both in town. So let's try and do that, and let's try and organise a decent lunch or dinner or something next time you're around. Great
Absolutely.
stuff.
And I think Ed owes you a photograph now.
I'd be delighted. I'll find one on the coast and send it to you, Mike.
Yeah, send us in a heron of the day, and we'll post it next week. Brilliant. Good to see you. Ed McFarlane, Hugh Andre, weserve.com is where you need to go to get your healthcare. If you've been in the services, you deserve it. These guys are going to look after you. Please go and get yourself sorted. Guys, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks, Mike.
Hugh Andre,
Mike.
Ed McFarlane, fantastic, absolutely brilliant. And We Served, a fantastic organisation which I've been supportive of since it ever began about a year or 2 ago. There is no better method to help those people in the military. And isn't it right what Hugh said?